Hi, Gradient Learning. My name is Allison Roberson. I'm applying for the leader coach position. Thank you so much for this opportunity to tell you all a little bit more about myself. My career journey in education started in a required writing course in my first year of college. The title of the course was Failing Institutions, and on the first day, our professor entered class and told us that we would spend the quarter researching an institution of our choice. The key, though, was that the institution needed to be one that was failing to meet its mission, and our task was to better understand why. I chose to research the giant institution that is K through 12 public education, and I still think about this project all the time because it truly sparked my curiosity and ultimately launched my career. After finishing this course, I took a job at a small startup company called Varsity College Prep. There were a total of 4 of us on the team. One person owned operations while the other 3 of us built out our instructional program. We wrote our curriculum by taking practice SAT tests, dissecting the questions, and analyzing the knowledge and skills that were being assessed. We then would separate and write out practice test questions and then bring those to each other to review, get feedback, and tweak, and ultimately decide which questions we were going to use in our own instruction. We took these same practices and applied that to the actual instruction we were bringing to students. So we would teach each other first to get feedback and then bring those lessons to our kids. We even realized that students were struggling with some of the foundational ideas behind some of the questions, and so we designed quick 5-minute mini lessons to help address those misconceptions. I still remember the lesson I made to help students better understand what fractions represent, because I used a very silly stamp collection in my practice problems. I learned a lot in this environment, and some of the big things that I'm really taking with me are that collaboration and the power of being able to offer and receive feedback easily and expect that from teammates. I knew next that I wanted to be a teacher in public schools, to approach my research project from within the institution in a seat that I hadn't yet held yet. And so at this point, I moved to Baltimore to earn my teaching credential and master's in education. And I worked at a school called Maritime Industries Academy High School, which has a very special place in my heart. What we lacked in funding and resources, we made up for in care and community. Here I learned the power of building relationships. I saw the importance of asking students about their lives outside of school and what they were excited to learn about and what their goals were. And I felt the joy that they had when I added content to my lessons that matched what they cared about and what they wanted to learn. And I saw the amount of growth that they were able to make when the curriculum matched them in this way. A lot of things around us were really hard, but when we were at school, we knew each other well and we had fun learning with and from each other. Sadly, Maritime Industries Academy closed in 2016, which was really heartbreaking. But I knew from my time there that I wanted to next join a school that really focused on this type of whole student education. And I felt really excited to find Summit Public Schools because their school model and resources seemed to offer just that. At Summit, I joined a team of 6 founding teachers, and we worked collaboratively to set up a high school using the Summit base, but tweaking it in small ways to meet the needs of our community. We constantly observed each other's feedback. We constantly observed each other's classrooms to give feedback, and even visited other Summit schools to see what we could steal and tweak for our students. Each week we met to talk about students whose needs were not yet being met and identified actionable solutions. My instructional practices and I grew so much in this year because of that level of collaboration and because the access to data I had through the Summit Learning platform. I was able to bring instruction every day that was meeting students where they are and pushing them just slightly above that so we could make incredible growth each school year. In this setting, I was more easily able to facilitate goal setting and reflection activities that help students be self-directed. I was regularly offering small group workshops and incorporating multiple levels and types of differentiation for every assignment that students did in my class. I'll never forget how thankful and joyful students were because they could see that my instruction was adjusting constantly to meet them where they were. And all of us at the school, adults and students, were working together to grow so much. I feel so grateful to have been a part of and to have led that level of change management and personalization on a school level. In fact, I was so excited about everything we were doing at our school that I jumped at the opportunity to be a Summit Learning Fellow and use my summers to connect with teachers and school leaders around the US who also wanted to bring this school model to their students at their school sites. Meeting all these different people really showed me, again, the power of collaboration and proved to me that this work really can be done anywhere for any group of students. I moved into the Dean of Culture and Instruction position because I wanted to continue this work of supporting teachers and other school leaders in bringing this type of instruction to students. And so in this role, I took everything I had done for my students and I was now doing them for my teachers. In collaboration with 2 other school leaders, we would analyze school-wide and classroom level data and design targeted professional development opportunities weekly and on set cycles throughout the school year to help our teachers grow. I also observed and met with my teachers each week to help cultivate their growth and address any of their needs or their student needs to ultimately improve student outcomes across our school. I regularly worked with other school leaders across the organization to share resources, get feedback on my leadership practices, and ultimately built really robust solutions to some pretty complex issues. I'm really proud of the work I did here around building systems for teacher professional development and behavior intervention systems that were used network-wide. Now, as a credential specialist and grant manager, I support teachers and school leaders by managing 4 school sites' credential processes. I built resources for school leaders to understand permit and credential pathways for both potential and current employees, which allows the school leaders to support their teachers and their schools because those teachers are working towards their goals of earning their teaching certification and learning about great instruction through programs that we partner with. I help coach instructional coaches around best practices for motivating and tracking progress of their teachers who are working towards those credentials. And we identify misconceptions and build resources and training materials to help address those misconceptions. I really enjoy supporting teachers and school leaders in these ways because I believe that if they're well taken care of, then they can also bring that care to their students. It's a joy to learn and grow with my current community, and I've learned a lot and am ready to move into a space working with others on addressing deep-rooted inequities that prevent students from reaching their full potential. Like I said, I'm still not done with my research project on public education in the US, and I hope I can continue my learning journey with you all at Gradient Learning, rethinking, reimagining, and rebuilding educational systems, because this is the work that I feel passionate about too. I appreciate that you all value reflection and commitment to improvement sciences. These, along with working collaboratively and being able to provide and receive feedback, are very important to me and the way that I approach my work. And I deeply believe in the power of relationships. I'm incredibly excited about this opportunity to work with like-minded people, and I greatly believe that my skills in continuous science, relationship building, and coaching will make me a great asset at Gradient Learning. Thank you for your time and consideration. I'm incredibly grateful, and I hope to have the opportunity to get to know you all better soon also. Thank you.